The 11 silent laws of generational wealth. That they don't want you buffering. Welcome to Legacy Tender. Have you ever noticed that some families just stay on top? Not for a generation, not for 2, for 11. And yet, you will never see their children. You will never hear their children. In a very real sense, their children may not, in the way you understand the word, exist. That absence, that profound, cultivated, almost geological silence is not an accident. It is a protocol. And it begins, as we will see, slightly before birth. While the rest of the world argues about screen time, old money operates from a different script. A script written so long ago that it predates screens, time, and arguing. Today I am pulling back a curtain that, frankly, the families would prefer remained a wall. Here are the 11 unspoken rules. None of them require a trust fund. All of them require everything else. Rule 1. The child must not know it is wealthy, and ideally must not know it is a child. Old money understands that the moment a boy learns the word rich, something in him relaxes, and relaxation is the enemy. So the child is raised in deliberate informational quarantine. He believes the family is comfortable. He believes the second house is a rental they keep losing money on. He believes the staff are friends who like to help. By the time the truth arrives, typically via a leather folder on his 30th birthday, read aloud by a man he has never met, he has already internalized the only lesson that mattered, that he was never the point. Rule 2. Manners are not a technology. Manners are a load-bearing structure. I have spoken before about families who time their children's phone greetings with a stopwatch. I must now correct the record. They do not use a stopwatch. They use a metronome. And the child must complete the greeting in tempo, in one breath, while maintaining eye contact with a portrait of a dead ancestor mounted at the precise height of an adult's disappointed face. The Cabots of Boston are said to begin this at 14 months. The child cannot yet walk. The child can receive a call. Rule 3. Invisible generosity made more invisible. You have heard that true philanthropy is anonymous. No plaque, no gala, no press release. Old money has surpassed this. In the highest families, the giver is not told what was given. The gift is executed by a trust officer who is then reassigned to a different continent. There are men in these families who have endowed entire hospitals and go to their graves believing they were simply bad at math. The left hand does not know what the right hand did. The right hand has been, in a meaningful sense, retired. Rule 4. Boredom is not a nutrient. Boredom is the entire diet. The summer at the lake house with no Wi-Fi, was a beginning, not a destination. The truly old families have understood that any stimulation is a leak. So the child is given a room. The room contains a window, a single ladder-back chair, and a view of weather. He is left there. Neuroscience, I am told, confirms that this thickens the prefrontal cortex. What neuroscience cannot yet measure is the 1,000-yard stare, the look of a 14-year-old who has outweighted his own personality and emerged on the far side as pure stewardship in a navy blazer. Rule 5. Failure with training wheels, but the wheels are also failing. Yes, the child is handed $500 and told to grow it, but the modern refinement is that the $500 is also a test of whether he noticed the bill was counterfeit, planted by his own grandfather who is watching from a parked car. If the child spends it, he learns about loss. If the child detects the forgery, he learns about vigilance. If the child reports his grandfather to the authorities, he learns nothing, but the grandfather learns the boy can be trusted, and the boy is moved up a tier. There are families running this on 3 simultaneous levels. No one in them is having a good time. That is the point. Rule 6, the 2-sentence rule, revised down. The old guidance permitted a child 2 sentences before he must ask a question of another. This was found to be indulgent. The contemporary standard is the implied sentence. The child may gesture at having a thought and must then immediately defer. By 17, these children do not so much converse as officiate. They can sit through an entire dinner party, be remembered fondly by every guest as delightful, and have said in total the word indeed twice. 1 was a question. Rule 7, guard the surname, and where possible, mislay it. You will not find the mugshots, the memes, the red solo cup. But the truly advanced families have gone further. They have made the name itself slightly unsearchable. A vowel quietly dropped in 1890. A branch that goes by the mother's maiden name in one state and the father's in another. The objective is a family that cannot be Googled because it cannot quite be spelled. The cousin holding the solo cup didn't damage the legacy. The cousin holding the solo cup cannot be proven to be a cousin. Rule 8, stewardship, not ownership. And you may not be a steward either. The 1-page ledger listing every ancestor who paid in since 1911 was, it turns out, a softening. The real document is 40 pages, names you the current administrative contact for capital that belongs to people not yet born, and includes a section in which previous administrators have written brief, devastating performance reviews of their successors in advance. You inherit in this system your own future criticism. Rule 9, the uniform, extended to the face. Navy blazer, gray wool, brown loafers, 8 to 80. This you know. What is less discussed is the expression. Old money removes decision fatigue from clothing and then logically removes it from the face as well. There is one approved expression. It is mild. It conveys that something pleasant was said 3 rooms away and will be commented on later by someone else. Children practice it in mirrors. The Lowells are said to have a coach. The effect across a dinner table of 11 such faces is of a room being quietly governed by furniture. Rule 10, the quiet legacy, scaled to absurdity. The private audio letter to one's future self, sealed until 21, a lovely ritual. The older families simply never stop. There is a man, currently 83, who has recorded one every year and is now several decades into an unbroken correspondence with a version of himself who is already dead. He has been advised that this is the legacy. He suspects it might just be a hobby. He cannot tell anyone, because telling someone would make it external validation, and so he records that doubt and seals it, and the archive grows, and somewhere in a climate-controlled room, the family's entire interior life sits in a box, unheard, appreciating. Rule 11. The rule they will deny exists. At some point, the performance and the person become the same thing, and no one can tell you when it happened. A family does all of this: the quarantine, the metronome, the 1,000-yard room, the furniture face, in order to produce a person of genuine substance, indifferent to applause. But run the protocol long enough, and you can no longer locate the substance underneath it. You have a child who defers, stewards, underspeaks and stares mildly into the middle distance, and you genuinely cannot say whether you have raised a person of profound inner depth or simply a very expensive, very well-mannered absence. The old families know this. It is the one thing they never record. It is the one box that is never sealed because it was never opened. In conclusion, old money is not magic. It is compound interest on a bet placed generations ago that if you suppress the dopamine hard enough and long enough, dignity will grow in the empty space. And it usually does. But here is what the leather folder never tells you, what no ledger lists, what the metronome cannot keep time for. The families that have done this longest are also the families least sure it was worth it. You do not need a trust fund to copy any of this. You need only ask yourself whether you would like to. If a rule rattled you, drop the number in the comments. The families won't see it. The families don't have the comments enabled. The families, in a very real sense, do not have the internet. And that, more than the blazers, more than the silence,